On my left, we have Theodore, Stephanie, Angela, and Bryn. The activity that we're going to do today is called Start Action Result to 99. And for this activity, we have a board. We have some start cards. I'm going to take the elastic off, and some action cards, and base 10 blocks, and then we're going to need a paper and pencil for recording. To start, we turn over the start card, and that just means that we put down 46, 4 tens, and 6 units, and we've made our start card. Then we'll turn over the action card, which tells us plus 38. Now, the plus means that we put that many more, and the 38 tells us how many to put. So I'll put 3 tens, and who can tell me how many units?
3.
How many do you think I should put?
8.
8 units. And how many more do I need?
2.
2. What were you thinking of, Theodore?
I was thinking of 6, and then you just add 2 to make it.
Right. But we're adding that many more to our 46.
Okay.
So now we have 38 at the bottom, and we have 46 on the top. Now, we want to record what we've done, and we're going to use headed columns, and later on you'll see why these headed columns are so important. But I'm just going to make a line down the middle of my page, and at the top, in this column, I'll put tens, and in this one, ones. First of all, I'll record our start number, which was 4 tens, 6 ones, or we could say 6 units. And underneath we'll put 3 tens and 8 ones, or 8 units. Now we want to find out what the result is, so we put it all together at the bottom. And we'll put the tens at the bottom. Now, how many units do we have?
7.
Altogether, how many units?
19.
Bryn thinks 19. Would you like to count them, Stephanie, and tell me how many units we have altogether?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
Do you all agree?
Yeah.
14 units? All right, we'll leave them down there. That's our result. And on my recording sheet then, under the ones or the units, I'll write 14. That's why it's good to have headed columns, because I can write 14 in that column. Now, how many tens do we have?
7.
Do you all agree? 7 tens? Now, can anyone tell me what we might be able to do with those units? Do you have any ideas? There are quite a few there. Is there something we can do when we have that many units or ones?
We could trade 10 in for one of these.
Yes. Would we take one of those tens to trade it for?
No, we would take 10 of these and then get one of those. Put these back and get one of those.
Would you like to do that for me, Stephanie? Count out 10. And just put the 10 in the tens column. Now, I'd like to record what we've just done, so I'm just going to cross out the 14. And how many are there instead?
4.
And instead of 7 tens, we have?
8.
So I'll cross that out, and now we have 8. Now, do you agree that my record is the same as what we've just done? Do you all agree?
Yeah.
Right. Now, you're going to get a chance to do some recording. And first of all, I'd like, Theodore, if you would put the base 10 material away, just put it back into the tray. I'll get out your papers and a pen for each of you. And the first thing you have to do is take a ruler, which I'll give you, and draw a line down the middle of your page, just like I did, so that you can keep track of your tens and your units. Right. And if you turn it this way, Theodore, so you have lots of room to write. Make it look like that. Just draw your line. You're welcome, Stephanie. Down the middle of the page. You can write tens and ones or tens and units, whichever you like. Angela, would you like to turn over the start card? So what do we start with? You tell us.
We start with 2 tens in there and 4 ones in there.
Would you like to do that?
Okay.
And what's the next thing we do?
We record.
Right. 2 tens, 4 units. Bryn, would you like to do the next? Now tell us what to do.
Put 4 tens. Tens and 9 ones.
We'll all watch and check to see if we agree. Can you reach them?
I can't reach it.
I'll put them on for you. Right. Now, are you agreed?
Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
And what do we do now?
We record.
Who can tell me what to write?
Plus 49.
Plus, and 4 goes in the,
Tens.
and 9 goes in the?
Ones.
Right. Now, Angela, would you like to do what we must do next?
Okay.
Now, how many units do we have?
13.
Right, so we write down 13 ones or 13 units in that column. And how many tens do we have?
6.
Where do we put that?
In the tens column.
Yes. Who can tell me what we should do next? Stephanie?
We could get 10 out of here and trade it for one of these.
Right, would you do that? No, we don't have 13 anymore, so what will we have to do in our ones column?
Cross out 13.
And what will we write there instead?
3.
We could cross out the 6. Put a 7.
And put a 7. And now does your recording sheet, does your paper look exactly like the board that we were working on?
Yes.
Well, I think you're very good at that, aren't you? Let's go on to the next stage now and see if you can do it without the blocks and without the board. So I'll turn over a card and I'll give you some paper so you can make your headed columns again. Right? And Angela, before we go on to the action card, can you tell us what you did?
Well, I put 4 in the tens column because the 4 means 4 tens, and I put 8 in the ones column because the 8 means 8 ones.
Right. All right, now go ahead and turn over the action card. great. And do you see the advantage of headed columns? That you can leave the 11 there and think about it a little bit, and then you can decide, well, maybe you'll take 10 and put them into the tens column, right? And you can see it all right in front of you. Do you all agree?
Yeah.
Right. Well, shall we try one more?
Okay.
All right. And Stephanie, would you like to turn over the start card? And you can look at each other's and see if you agree. Would anyone change anything? You all agree that the answer is? 41. How many tens?
4.
And how many ones?
1.
Well done. Well, I think you're on to this very well. So I think we're ready to go on to the next activity.